Hi, we're in the cemetery in Cumbria. It's quite busy actually, people tethering the graves. So it's quite a modern cemetery. And it's a nice sunny day. Plenty of space here for another one. We're in for a little one, eh? Let's see if we can pan out a little bit there. That grave is obviously fell down, pushed down. I don't know, quite often they're difficult to read. The day of the dawn and the shadow free away. Something like that. Here lies Molly, buried with her dolly. The old dolly. Yeah, William Robinson. 1923, aged 81. Age 71. You know, I like when you've got a little bit of a poem on, like, you know, I told you I was ill. So, it's a warm day today. I think it's about 27 centigrade. So that's a nice grave there, looking sort of, looks good for 1906. My God, it's a long time ago. Over 100 years ago. Well, it's 120 something years. It's too warm to be calculating. So, 1901, there's another one there. Yeah. I will be done. Age 40, so they were quite young, weren't they? Age 26. How young, weren't they? So they must have had money. I mean, the poor person wouldn't have a headstone, would they? So they probably died of TB. That's one thing that killed him many years ago, TB. See, that one's virtually unreadable. In loving memory of Robert John Blair of the Meadow View, Whitehaven, born 1855, died 1931. So there's a house in Sato. I mean, probably when this was originally built, there was no houses, so they look like new houses to me. Probably council houses, maybe not. Not really what I call a nice design. 1829, 824. St John's Church, Liverpool. Jane, his wife, at St John's Church, Liverpool, January the 1st, 1829, age 24. So she was quite young, wasn't she? There's a nice grave, I like that one. You know? At least you can still see it, you know what I mean? Age 61. Yeah. Age 66. Clickety clicks. I walk with God from this day on. This helping hand I lean upon. So imagine this is the way the coffins would have been brought in, probably by trolley these days, or in the old days by horse, I suppose. Or maybe they carried them in. Henry Johnson died November 1933. So imagine looking at the grave and they had the same name as yours. I mean, if your name was David Jones or Mary Rice, you know, take my advice. You know? So, imagine having the same name as you. Joseph Dixon of High Low Hill, died aged 31ish. Eh? Hair movement. A friend of mine said, oh, well, don't be walking on the graves, you know. But I definitely heard movements. It could have been an animal. Someone raising from the dead. That's what it says in the Bible, you know. It said that people who rise from the dead, and I think it says that anyway. And just imagine that. It's like a horror movie, wouldn't it be? People coming out of the ground. Thy will be done. That seems to be a popular thing they put on graves. We also ready. So that's a little trip around the graveyard, and actually that's very weird, isn't it? You know, you think, and nobody ever remember this grave here because it's so long ago. In fact, 1914 to 1918, so that's weird. Why it has flowers there on these solar lights, you know, it's really strange. Look there, I look carefully, don't I? Rise. So there's the main road. I'll end up with the sign. I have a dream. So have you burnt your mask, have you? I mean, or you're still wearing your mask, you know? Supposed to be Freedom Day. Freedom for what? I mean, free speech is gone. You know? You can't say anything, you can't criticise anything, you know? Can't say about gays, Chinese, Pakistanis, Indians, Hindu, Muslims, Polish, Hungarian, so you can't criticise anyone, you know. You can't say Britain went to war against the Germans and fought the Hun and the Wops and whoever, you know. So politically correct. Is that free speech or not? You know, you can't criticise anything. One day Boris Johnson and all those motherfuckers will end up in a cemetery. Or perhaps they'll get cremated, can't. Like Margaret Thatcher, people would vandalise their grave, you know. So there it is. The road to heaven or the road to hell.